Hi, good afternoon. It's Georgie here from Georgie Girls Life. I just want to talk a wee bit about social media and how it affects people's lives almost in a false hope way, trying to make it come across that it's the norm and that it's the way reality is when really it isn't. I've had a few people message me over the last couple of weeks saying that they're finding it really hard. They're constantly on the phone. They're constantly looking at like Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. They don't really know a life outside that, especially during this pandemic. They have really turned to social media to try and stay linked with people. But they've said it's also having such a damaging effect on their lives because it's portraying this perfect lifestyle, with beautiful houses, with, beautiful clothes, beautiful figure. And I know a few people out there that when they open their wardrobe, they've got nothing. They're lucky to have clothes on their back. And, the homes that they have are lovely homes, but yet they feel it's not good enough because it's not like a show home, like the pictures you would see, on the internet. And they feel that they have to compete to be the same as everybody else, which then triggers off debt, depression, the anxiety that they're not good enough for the world, that the house isn't good enough for people to come round and visit them, that when they go out, they look and feel like they're a tramp because they can't wear the latest fashion. Now, a lot of people have said to me, this is so harmful, this is so damaging. And I completely get that. Completely get that. I think if I wasn't so happy and relaxed with the way I look, and, I don't care what people think. If I look like a tramp, I look like a tramp. I live within my means, not beyond my means. And I think that's why there's so much debt in this world, because people are trying to live beyond their means in a way. There's no harm wanting to better yourself, but there's bettering yourself and there's living a lie just to conform with everybody else. And it's hard to put into words, you know, but I've realised how damaging social media is. Yes, it has its bonuses, and you've got your influencers and your TV stars, etc., that you can keep on top of and up to date with. But it's the smaller posts, the posts that make you think other people are living a completely different life to the way you're living when really they're not. Anyone can post a picture up, anybody can say, oh, this is my home. Who's to say it's not their home? And it's having a negative effect on to our kids as well. Our kids are expecting, not so much my children, because they know me, but there's kids out there, sort of early teens, mid teens, late teens, who are out fending for themselves. They expect that if they don't have this stuff, the best of the best or top of the range, then they're failing. And I just can't believe it's come to this stage. We're in 2021, that because everybody is in everybody else's business, how this affects everybody and their mental health. And I guess what I'm trying to say is people take social media too seriously at the end of the day. And, nobody knows who's lying or who's telling the truth, or, is this the way it is, or is that the way it's going to be? You have to live within your means, do the best that you can. And if you're doing that, then, well done to you. It's, I take my hat off more to you than these people out there with money that can just go out and buy whatever they want instead of having to work for what they really want. You know, I remember back in the day, I was told if you want something, you have to work so bloody hard to get it. It gives you something to save for. But the youth of today just wants it handed to them, and life just does not work that way, and it's so sad. And that's why it's important for us as parents to keep our children grounded. Whether you're comfortable with money, they have to learn the value of money and how much effort has gone into that, to get your savings, to buy the stuff that you want to get. And I think it's so important. Like, I do that with my grandchildren. They want something, they have to earn it. I'm not just going to hand them a couple of pound here, a couple of pound there pocket money. They have to earn it, whether it's the hoovering, whether it's the dishes. They appreciate it so much more. There's so much more respect in the house, because, they've actually had to work for it. And I think that's the way the whole population should be. Because it has a knock-on effect to everything else in your life. And it certainly should be maintained and monitored. Yeah, I don't know. It's just painful to see.